There you go. See? Now, if we were going by straight dollar amount, who's calling who bougie? Mr.
Is
Man.
it cheaper than Taco Bell breakfast?
First of all, I don't care what anybody says. Whatever Taco Bell's serving before noon is not breakfast. It's the leftovers from the night before. They put eggs next to it.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I said it.
It's not. How dare you? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the SportsHive podcast.
Oh, man.
We have here my bougie co-host, Steven, and your regular everyday person, Dom.
Regular everyday person that has a... Wait a minute. You don't have one Tesla. You have two Teslas.
They're very common now, so it's not as bougie as it used to be.
I don't want to hear that. When you refer to your garage and your driving situation as having two Teslas and I'm the one that's bougie, I don't want to hear it, sir.
Honestly, my driving situation has drastically decreased. Do you know how many miles I've driven in the last let's say since Monday?
This man says I'm not bougie, but I have two Teslas, one of which I don't even drive.
Teslas are not bougie. We're not. That's not a luxury item anymore. It is a high tech item, but it is not a luxury item.
All high tech items have a sense of luxury to them.
No, they do not.
They do.
Street lights, extremely high tech, not luxury.
No, they're not. They're not high tech.
Yes, they are. They have pressure sensors, and then when if nobody's there, they run off timers. Then they sync back up to some central location. It's extremely technical, but it is not a luxury item.
You know what? We're supposed to be talking about sports. We up here debating whether or not Tesla is a luxury item. When all three of us,
all I know
it is.
I don't have espressos made for me and my milk froth.
I like the finer things in life. I'm sorry.
And then I don't have kolaches.
That's your fault. You should have kolaches. They're absolutely amazing. What do you mean? At any rate, just like your shirt says, just do it, Dominique. Just do it. Okay? All right?
Actually, it says Tuyad.
Right. Just like Klobasnik, right? Klobasnik. Somebody's listening to this going, what the heck are they talking about? Oh, this is sports. In sports, we're going to get to that, but we got to laugh first so we can get in the mood to laugh at this other stuff. So there it is.
Yes.
Hey, 4 pounds. Look, 4 pounds till I'm back on the court, buddy.
Say again?
4 pounds till I'm back on the court.
4 pounds?
Count down the days. This time next week, hopefully, I will put on my old LeBrons while my new LeBrons get delivered, and I'll be ready.
And this man bought new LeBrons.
If you don't know, right now, the LeBrons, they're black and green, okay, because they're on sale. They're like $94. Before the Just for Mom, Nike 25% off. Thank you. What you were saying something just a minute ago?
You were just
about to say, how is this bougie man not supposed to be bougie and he's buying $200 LeBrons when I'm telling you I'm getting them for like $68 plus shit. Exactly.
Do you think? It's whatever.
But since you mentioned LeBron, wait. I got something for you. Ready?
Wow.
Everybody wave bye-bye to LeBron.
Wow.
Because the Denver Nuggets broncoed on top of LeBron and the Lakers. Actually, they ain't even really bronco on top of LeBron. Because LeBron balled out the last 2 games. And AD, before he was injured again, before he turned back into Mr. Glass, balled out in 2 games. They just didn't have
the dude just walked by him and grazed him. He was,
Hey, AD, come
here. Right. That's practically what the guy did.
Well, I mean, okay, in fairness to Anthony Davis, he did play, it's like 72
games.
72 games this year.
Yeah, regular season
games. For him, that is, you're glad to see him be able to be on the court.
Yeah.
That often this year, because that hasn't been the case. But it has taken its toll during the playoffs, and he hasn't been healthy.
That's
completely healthy. So that is what it is. And although LeBron tried, and Austin Reeves tried, and Rui Hachimura tried, and D'Angelo Russell showed back up and tried,
they just don't have a solid third option. And then their bench is just not what it needs to be in order to go 4 out of 7 games with somebody.
No. Let's be clear. 4 out of 7 games with the returning champion, right? Like
Yeah.
the Denver Nuggets are the champions until there's another champion crowned. Let's be very clear about that. Okay,
And
they
honestly, it
showed
looks
why
really
they're the
good.
champion.
It looks really good to repeat anyway. So
It really. Well, I don't know if they're gonna repeat for this last series.
who gonna beat him?
We'll get to that.
Who
Jamal
gonna
Murray.
who?
No, hold on. We got to talk about them and the Lakers because we got to talk about how Jamal Murray put LeBron James on a poster twice. Count them twice.
And drop the last second shot twice in a row.
Twice. This
Yeah.
man out here balling. Now that was mine this time, so I'm gonna put my do not disturb up because my wife knows that I'm recording, but she secretly wants to be on the podcast again right now. Don't worry, sweetheart. We'll have you back soon. But yeah, man, that's how you know the Lakers all the Lakers gave their all, and they were just not the better team. Jamal Murray
Yeah.
they didn't call a timeout. He was just like, gone down, right? Gone down. And then he did what he did. They ran the play that and here's the thing, they run that play a lot. That's not like an unknown play. It's a play that they run. You just can't stop it. When in the fourth quarter, they switched that play from the ball going to Joker and Jamal Murray being the decoy to Jamal Murray coming off of a screen, it's not even an actual screen. It's like
Right.
a screen and roll, right?
A flash screen. Yeah.
Flash screen, right? Just giving him just enough space to get the free throw line and to shoot a free throw line jumper that, they didn't run that play like that all game long, and they ran at the final play, and that is what it is. You couldn't stop it. Austin Reeves was right there, but that means nothing to Jamal Murray.
No, I mean also Jamal Murray. That's one heck of a player, man. That dude he's good. He's nice to watch.
That boy good.
He's nice. And he was on a tear even in the bubble. And then, he got hurt. So then, and that's crazy because if anybody's actually played basketball like that, if you're a true baller, like the time away from the court, it sucks.
Kills you.
But it just fuels you for the next time that you do get on.
I was listening to someone explain how we're going to be explaining to our children's children how good Jamal Murray was. And although he's never going to win league MVP.
Right.
We're going to win finals MVP. He's never going to lead the league in scoring. Well, we all know him to be an absolute killer when it matters, right?
He shows up for the big games.
And it's going to be just like our fathers used to try to explain to us why Isaiah Thomas was the best point guard ever. Why Julius Erving why Moses Malone was unstoppable. Like these forgotten names of basketball lore and glory that they remember watching be so dominant in these.
George Gervin.
Look, man, I had to explain to Sam, it was like a year ago, who Steve Francis was.
The franchise?
Because for a generation, their highlights out there, but they don't know to look for them. Like it's not a thing that you would look for and find.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, because he was talking about, how John Morant, the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, actually,
it's been done before.
I was alive when John Morant. It was what's my man name? Playing in Chicago, Derrick Rose, who was doing the crazy thing as a 6'2" guard.
Yeah, right? Derrick Rose is like John Morant's good, but Derrick Rose was
without that injury. The NBA looks a whole lot different.
If they're and it's high on everybody's poll. Like if you look at all the people that's been injured at crucial times, everybody votes so high. It's like I want to see what Derrick Rose would have became.
Derrick Rose and
had he not got injured.
Derrick Rose and Grant Hill. To me, those are the two injuries. Yeah. They changed the entire way that the league played basketball.
Because the funny thing about the Derrick Rose injury is the year he got injured, I think Carmelo was up to leave Denver, and he could have gone with Chicago.
Even if he did, had he not got injured, the way that Chicago team was constructed against the league, they would have made a run to the final. They were just that potent of a team. But I was telling him, like, I remember when it was Derrick Rose, and I remember before that when it was other people, right? You start naming people. Like, I remember when Stephon Marbury was that guy.
Starbury.
Right? I remember when it was him. I remember when Kevin Johnson was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I remember when it was Baron Davis for a time, when it was Darren Williams.
Oh, Baron Davis. That's a good one.
Baron Davis and Darren Williams, two guys who, to look at them even in their prime, looked like they, were gravitationally challenged to get off of the ground, doing things that were unheard of even to this day. Baron Davis dunked on Andre Karolinko.
AK.
10
I
foot
remember
3,
watching that game.
AK-47. He dunked
I watched
on
that
that
game.
man.
Yes.
In a playoff game. Was it? No, it wasn't a playoff game. It was not
No,
a
it
playoff
was
game.
a play. It was a
Oh, yeah,
playoff
it was.
game.
That's right, because he was playing for
Yep.
Golden State.
It was because it was Warriors versus
Yep.
Jazz. That's when the Warriors used to really suck.
And so explaining to these kids how we remember all these great players, it's kind of like how our fathers explained to us how we're going to be explaining Jamal Murray to coming generation. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell. I'm looking at Donovan Mitchell like
Spider D.
bad, but he ain't
he's
winning
nasty.
nothing because he ain't in the right situation. He ain't gonna win MVP. He ain't gonna win scoring title. He's not gonna win a ring.
Yeah, well, I think his jump to Cleveland was he's going to get money for it, but I think that if he makes another jump, it's going to be it should be for championship.
Here's the sad part.
Should be for the ring.
Everybody was talking about him, going to Cleveland, his destination after Cleveland, quite possibly being not LA, quite possibly being New York. But now, New York doesn't need a Donovan Mitchell because they created their own superstar in Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
And now with the talk of Devin Booker,
I heard about that.
Okay, with the idea of going to New York, Spider Mitchell will never make it to New York now. He'll never make it to New York. He'll never be a superstar in that way. And that's sad for him. He might make it to another team, but
he should go to Miami.
Nobody wants to work that hard.
You did say that the other day.
I don't understand why you keep saying that. People that go to Miami. People that want to be in Miami are already in Miami, or they've actively tried. You haven't heard a rumor about somebody trying to go to Miami. It's because they don't want to work that hard, and it's okay.
You know what? That does make sense, I guess. Well, and then I saw a poster. What was it today? It was focusing on the end of an era. So you have Steph getting ready to leave, or Steph kind of on the decline, or Golden State on the decline.
It's all crumbling down, buddy.
Yeah, and then you've got KD, who for some reason decided to leave Golden State, where he already took the brunt of the criticism and whatnot, and decided to leave. And was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go do it, strike out him on. I was like, no, you idiot, you should have stayed there. You probably would have got 2 more. But and then you have LeBron. They're saying like
changing up
true, but what should happen is, since they're the changing of the guard is happening, they should shake things up and be like, hey man, you want to play together? Yeah, y'all want to do that? Like, really? Just go after one more.
Here's the thing about this. I saw that too. And I was thinking to myself, it'll never happen. You want to know why? Because Kevin Durant's ego is too fragile to admit that he had already done it once and to do it again. It's too fragile. Right?
Yeah.
The entire narrative up until now has been, I want to play on Super Team. I want to, this is my thing. I'm putting it together. Not, I want to get with somebody else so that I can win.
But also at the same time, he's at this point, he has to understand that what we understand already. You're not that guy. You're not a leader. You don't put teams together. You are a contract hitman. Whatever team needs your services to drop 27 a game, that's where you go.
Go to some place where there's already a bus driver. Do what you're supposed to do and let that other man drive the bus.
And I would love to see something like that, because it'd be nice to finally see LeBron kick the ball out to somebody and them actually make the shot.
Stop, man. Come on, man.
It would be nice. It would be really nice.
It would be nice. I saw the trade. You saw the trade? You saw the trade graphic? It was Kevin Durant for Taurean Prince, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, and Austin Reeves. And the 2029 first round pick. And the 2029 first round pick and the 2030 pick swap.
That is way too much. Kevin Durant is not.
That's why it will never happen.
Kevin Durant's not worth that.
He's worth everything except for the picks.
Subtract one person from that. And yes, I don't know, any one of them. It don't matter. I'm not giving it 4 people for Kevin Durant. Like I got
a question for you. These 4 people don't work in the system that you have, and they're not going to work in the system that you're going to get. So why would you?
Yeah, but I can't give all those people for just Kevin Durant. I need Kevin Durant, and because if I bring Kevin Durant to LA, okay, I know what I'm getting with him: a consistent 25 to 29 points a game. His defense, I'm not saying he can't play defense. I'm just saying I need somebody else to play some deep. And I don't know.
He can play defense. Kevin Durant plays defense on the right team. He plays defense.
Right.
You cannot take that away from him.
But like I said,
you got to fill out the rest of the roster. If you trade away 4 people, it's gonna be real hard because you're not gonna have anybody to do that with, and you're not gonna have any money to do that with because
they were already scraping the bottom of the barrel with what they had, with what they got.
Steph ain't taking a pay cut. Durant ain't taking a pay cut, and nobody in their right mind is gonna ask LeBron to take a pay cut, especially and not in the Lakers organization, right? Somebody said that paying LeBron $50 million per year next year and signing his son or drafting his son is the equivalent of what they paid Kobe in his final 2 years. It's the same thing because the Lakers are family, like they are a family organization. They take care of their own, and LeBron is a Laker. So
yeah. Well, he also has that player option for the 2024-2025 season. Now, I do think he opts out and re-signs another 2 year with the one guaranteed and then an option for the 2025-2026 season.
Yeah, you do that to maintain control. Yes, unless
but
the
also
organization
he's at the end of his career.
Yeah, and he's trying to buy a franchise, and you need that. Yeah, you need all the money you can get.
It's true.
Because LeBron is a billionaire. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Being worth 1.5 or even $2 billion don't mean you solvent enough to buy an NBA franchise.
No, especially when the franchises are going for upwards of 6, 7.
It ain't gonna be that much, but it's gonna be a good. The one in Vegas probably 3.5.
That's more than his current net worth.
Yeah, I mean, but he's gonna.
He will have majority, and probably as time goes on, he'll buy the rest of it out. But I mean, and then he's building that $100 million compound in LA. Like he bought a mansion like next to his and just demolished it, and now he's building his dream house on it.
It's called how you take a loss for tax purposes.
Yeah. It's just
y'all act like y'all don't know. They knocking these houses down so they can take losses this year because they need to take losses or else they're gonna own more than they want to own. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And then you build using a company and you write, it's a whole
you start your own construction company, you build your own house.
Yeah. I mean
stuff that you get advised on when you have money.
Stuff you get advised on when you have money. But as we digress, the Denver Nuggets looked unstoppable. Joker looked unstoppable. Murray looked unstoppable. MJ, Michael Porter Jr. is a problem.
Yeah. Well, that entire starting five is a problem because Jamal Murray, ice in his veins. Jokic, big and skilled, and runs the floor like a small forward.
The third to the last score when he got that ball on Christian Hayes and he pump fake, took a dribble, and then got that layup. I was like, that's the slowest pump fake I've ever seen in my life. And he's worked on a current professional basketball player. This man is a magician. Seriously, that man, Dominique, that man said and scored on a guy that was his size.
My God.
And no, I was not moving in slow mo. That's exactly how slow that dude went.
Oh no, yeah, that's sick. But I mean, yeah. So I mean, you've got Jamal Murray, you've got Jokic, and then you have Aaron Gordon, who was the star of the Orlando franchise at one point, and dunk competition king, and he's got a good mid range game too. And then you got Michael Porter Jr. and you got Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP.
Thank you for saying KCP.
Yeah, that whole starting five, that whole lineup there is a problem. All of them.
Yeah, it's a very
are good at what they do.
Team, very well coached team. Man, I was watching when Anthony Davis fouled Michael Porter Jr. on that 3-point shot on the wing that turned into a 4-point play that put them ahead by 1.
Oh, yeah,
I was like, you got to be kidding. First of all, he had hit in the 2 minutes before that, in 3 minutes before that, he had hit 2 other 3. And I'm like, he should 6'10", he should not be able to do this like that.
Right. Right. Well, you have some people like Michael Porter Jr. is more fluid of a player than Jason Tatum is. Yes.
The hate
Yeah.
hate has entered the building. Hate has entered the building.
Yes.
Oh my
Somehow
God.
I transitioned that to Jason Tatum.
I'm
But yes,
sick.
Michael Porter Jr. is more fluid. If you watch Jason Tatum, he plays stiff.
Oh,
That dude is
oh,
stiff, and I think it's affecting his game.
it shocks me every time. The sheer of this man's hate for Jason Tatum. What does it? I always ask, what did this man do to deserve such hate? And the answer never changes, but it still never makes sense. I don't understand.
He was born. That's what. Bro, why are
It's
you
not even
so
like
stiff?
it's not even like you're a Duke. It's not even like you're a Carolina fan who's like, I hate Jason Tatum because he went to Duke. It's like, no, I just hate Jason Tatum.
Sometimes there's
Like
look, I don't everybody has that one person
Jason
in their
Tatum
life,
is
like
your
for some
Drake,
reason,
Kendrick.
they just rub you the wrong way. Jason Tatum is that. He rubs me the wrong way for every reason imaginable that I have I can't even quantify or qualify
He's your Drake, Kendrick.
it.
He's your Drake.
I don't get it. I watch this man play. I want to try to like him, but he shows me
No,
continuously.
you don't. Don't even lie. You don't even really want to try to like him. Everything about that man's existence irks you. I've never heard you utter a good word about this man. Not one. No, I'm sorry. You did one time. You said he's better than Jaylen Brown, Mr. No Left
No,
Hander.
I said Jalen. I said Jalen Brown's better.
Then strike my testimony from the record.
The only good thing I can say about him is he's dating LMA. That's the only good thing I can actually say about the guy.
Which I am positive just inspires more hate.
Slightly.
But the Celtics are beating the wheels off of the Heat.
Can beat the brakes off.
Hey, don't let Udonis Haslam hear you say that. He'll come for you. That man is unhinged.
Tell that old decrepit. I'm playing. I would be scared.
You saw I didn't say nothing. I was like, nope, no, sir.
Udonis Haslam, I am a very big fan of the way that you've been coaching this team for the past 20 years. Thank you.
What we're not going to do.
Thank you for your service. Please don't show my house.
Step in front of that Mack truck. No, thank you.
Yeah, no, I'm good. He's like on the level of like Rasheed Wallace and like Meta World Peace. It's like, yeah, hey, no.
He's like a cross between the two.
We're not going to do that.
The Knicks. You saw what the New York Knicks fans did in Philadelphia the other night.
Embiid.
Before they went back to New York, and New York lost in New York to the Sixers, which that's unfathomable as well. But it was very funny to see New York take over Philadelphia Stadium because that's not supposed to happen. It's not supposed to happen at all. And this series has just gotten really, really good. And I don't know what the Sixers have done. Tyrese, can we talk about Tyrese Maxey for a minute?
The man's been balling out of control since that dude Harden left. Thank goodness.
Like
Harden's on my list too.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Okay. Right.
Hold your hate. Okay. Hold your hate. The man Tyrese Maxey has done. He said, I know the assignment. Get Harden out of here. I'll carry the franchise if I have to. That man hit 2 3. He traveled on one of them, but on the other one, wet.
I put it on my shoulders.
Put him on my shoulders. He's a good kid too, man. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
I don't know if they figured New York out, but they figured him out for right now. I think New York will go ahead and end this series, but they should have already done that. Like the series should be over. Should be over.
Yeah, you don't want to go Game 7 with Philly. That'd be a problem.
Even if you're at home, don't want that.
Yeah,
don't want that
because they will surprise you.
Yeah, no. Game 7, Embiid will show up, and I don't know what that means, but neither does New York, and I think that's the scary part.
He's trusting the process, man. He's trusting the process. Oh, God, and if I hear that term one more time, I'm going to
get the process out of here. Just like it's time to get Darvin Ham out of here.
Have you seen the memes where he's sitting in the huddle and on the clipboards, I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, I have not seen that meme. God! I remember Darvin Ham as a college player, as a professional, and now as a coach. far be it from me to disparage and to demean a black man in any way. However, I am in the business of laughing at jokes made at people in those positions. And the ones being made about Darvin Ham are absolutely hilarious. You see that clip of D'Angelo Russell walking off, smacking his hand away?
No.
There had to be of D'Angelo Russell walking out of the game. Darvin Ham's like, and D'Angelo goes, and he walks right past him. You see the video of Anthony Davis, Darvin Ham's in the huddle, drawing up a play that Anthony Davis is going to be in, and he's down the way getting something to drink. He's not even participating in the huddle. Not to mention, the other night when the Lakers won that game, and LeBron hit that ball, and they did not challenge.
Yeah.
And LeBron
was hot.
Boy.
That man was hot. And I don't care what nobody says. That would be a scary scene.
Yo, that man. Okay.
He threw a legit 4-year-old temper tantrum.
Well, because he understands how important every single momentum is.
Yeah.
That was important, and you can't let them get going. You just can't. So, I mean, I know you lose a timeout, but here's the thing. If you at the end of the game and you got to use timeouts against the Denver Nuggets, chances are you're losing the game anyway. So why are you letting it get that close? But
right. And Darvin Ham was like, he was saying, challenge, and Darvin Ham was like,
nobody on the Lakers bench said a word, and LeBron James was like, I will kill all of you. I will have,
you know what?
I'll call
you're all done.
All of your cars blown to bits. Okay.
Yeah, you're all done. I'm one call to Genie. That's it. I'm done.
Yo,
you're out of here. Moving on. But then, but you know what the rumor?
So mad.
But you know what the rumor is, though, right?
What's the rumor, though?
The rumor is LeBron James wants Darvin Ham out, and he wants JJ Redick in. They say that's also the reason why they started that podcast, is to show and put JJ Redick on the map for coaching.
Here's the thing: if they started that podcast to affect that outcome, I have a whole new level of respect for LeBron James. This dude says, I'm just going to make you one, right? I'm not going to force him on you. I'm going to make him the most attractive candidate at the moment.
Yeah.
You got to hire him.
Yeah.
Because we know that other guy, he's gone. Ham is Ham. Done.
Like, hey, Darvin, what play are you guys running? Chicken nuggets.
Don't do that. That's not nice. You said that man called chicken nuggets out of timeout. Hey, coach, chicken nuggets. Sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sour is the wrinkle. You remember that? What are you talking about?
Yo.
Oh my God.
But I don't. And here's my thing. It is just it's very tough to coach.
So funny.
It's very tough to coach LeBron James.
1, 2, 3, Cancun.
It's amazing. The internet is undefeated, yo. I'm doing.
Oh.
It's tough because if you look back on the track, look at the track record of everybody who's coached LeBron James. Everybody. What is it? David Blatt, freaking
oh my God.
Like, LeBron's never had a really good relation. The only person that he couldn't get what he wanted was with Eric Spoelstra, but that's because Eric Spoelstra had Pat backing him.
No, yeah, and that's also because Eric Spoelstra earned the respect of the team and of Pat Riley. Spo, until recently, we thought that Spo, many people thought that Spo was a product of LeBron James and the Big Three.
Right.
No, let's be clear. That Big Three team's success was a product of Eric Spoelstra.
Eric Spoelstra, yeah. Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
So, but yeah, Pat Riley understood that. That's why, but you need that with a superstar at that point in his career. Because at that point in his career, he was not exactly sure how to win. It's not like now. He knows exactly what it takes to win and exactly what happens or what transpires to create a loss.
Right.
He's like, give me something. The way that they're explaining what they're doing on that podcast suggests to me that either they're going to continue creating this media and they're going to put all these other talking heads that can't do this out of business, or
Mm-hmm.
JJ is going to be the coach of the Lakers.
Yeah.
So I tell you what JJ will do. JJ will tell LeBron no. He will say no.
We're gonna do this.
Yeah, he will say no and have no bones about it. But then again, for a lot of the stuff, I feel like they'd be on the same page with.
Right.
Right.
And
I think
LeBron would give JJ that respect.
Yeah, because he intelligence. He believes that JJ has the same level of basketball intelligence that he does, right?
Yeah.
Which is different from almost every other coach that he's had. You know what I mean? Other than Eric Spoelstra and
Frank
Mike Brown,
Vogel, man.
everybody else was just along for the ride. Frank Vogel, along for the ride. Clearly along for the ride.
David Blatt.
Because he had 3 superstars this year and got swept. Don't want to hear it. And he's getting fired. You know he's getting fired this year. David Blatt, he was a good coach. Just not a good coach for LeBron. And he had never coached the NBA game in his life. Like, he wasn't a head coach in the NBA. He's head coach overseas. He was a good coach. Ty Lue. I forgot Ty Lue.
That's a gray area.
At the beginning, LeBron did not respect Ty Lue in the way that you would like.
Right.
Or in the way that he did by the end. But Ty Lue earned his respect because Ty Lue, another coach that could tell him no. Now, Ty Lue did not have the lineage coaching resume to be able to do that. But he was like, I'm the coach, and until I'm not the coach, no, period. So that is what it is.
And then what was that? That black guy from
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown, yeah.
Yeah,
Mike Brown. That was the first stint in Cleveland.
Yeah. I credit Mike Brown with helping LeBron to form how he thinks about defense. Right? Because that's a big part of Mike Brown's makeup. Like, he's a coach. He does that. He does offense too. By and large, he does the defense, and I credit him with that. But at that point in his career, LeBron James wasn't LeBron James enough to tell Mike Brown no.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So yeah. So that's like with Mike Brown, you can't even count that one, but like the rest of them,
you really can't.
And then like the only one who's had his foot down like the entire time was Spoke, and I mean like you said, Ty Lue had to earn that, but everybody else, it's just really hard, and because JJ Redick was probably, and I believe he was interviewed for the Charlotte job too.
He wasn't,
but I mean
he's
Charlotte's interviewing anybody.
Quite a few jobs.
Yeah,
Charlotte is just trying to create something.
No pun intended.
All pun. All pun intended. Because they have to, right? They're not going to get JJ Redick because that's not a team that's going to win anything, and JJ Redick does not need the Charlotte Hornets.
No.
However,
Charlotte Hornets needs JJ Redick.
Frank Vogel needs a head coaching job. You know what I mean? Darvin Ham needs a head coaching job.
He better. Like,
he's not coming. I'm just saying, their coaches are going to need coaching jobs, and Charlotte's just going to pick one of them. But yeah, I would like to see JJ, coach LeBron. I'd like to see the spectacle that it would be.
I don't think JJ should coach LeBron first time out.
Well, he's not. See, he's not going to be coaching. He's going to be coaching with LeBron. Let's be clear, because they're going to have this podcast. Yeah, they're going to have this podcast. Then they're going to have their coaches meeting, and then they're going to tell the team what's going to happen, and then the team's going to have to do it. Like, they're going to be in lockstep, and everybody else got to follow. That's how it goes. But then again, when you look at LeBron, the last 6, 7, 8 years, that's how it's been, has it not?
Yeah. No, you're right. It has
been that way anyway.
Yeah.
Been that way anyway. So I mean, that is.
But then also, like, okay, so here's my thing. I would love to get your take on this. Let's say LeBron does do what we said earlier. He's gonna opt out this year, negotiate another 2-year contract with a player option on the second year. But do you think that they win anything, or they even get to the conference finals?
I think LeBron has a 2-headed goal, right? Like, he would like to have these 2 goals met at the same time, but he would take one or the other. One is to win another championship. Another is to play with his son, right? He'll give up the championship to play with his son. He'd rather not, but he will, right? If he cannot play with his son, he wants another championship, right? He'd prefer to have them together, but he'll take one or the other. Easy. Do I think they win it? No. One of the reasons why I think if he wants to win a championship more than he lets on, and if he wants to get or to extend the GOAT debate and tip the scales, even though, in my estimation, it's already written. We already know who the GOAT is. If he, I heard this stat the other day, and I was like, you got a point. There's no NBA player, superstar player, that has won a ring with 4 different franchises.
That would be, yeah.
Now, if you want to speculate, right? Although I don't think it's going to happen because I think the Lakers as an organization do so well by their superstar players that no other organization can compete. Would riddle me this bad. And also, and LeBron lives in LA, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He's
moving
retiring
anywhere
LA.
else would be a downgrade in
Right.
lifestyle. But wouldn't it be crazy if LeBron James was playing for a different team, like a team that could pay him money, like and that had assets, like the Knicks?
To finally
Think
play
about
for the
this.
Knicks.
Think about this.
One person who has anybody ever played for both franchises?
I don't not as a superstar. No.
Mm-mm.
Think about this though. You have
Interesting.
LeBron James, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and whoever the big man is they got.
New York would eat that up.
New York would be livid every game. Prices for the nosebleed seats in Madison Square Garden would be $2,500 every game.
You'd have Spike Lee out there in his grandma outfit every game.
Spike Lee would get his face tattooed on in blue. LeBron in a Knicks jersey?
Oh my god, that would make a lot of waves, and like that
it'll never happen, but it's fun to think about.
It'd be a fitting farewell tour.
It would be the farewell tour of all farewell tours, and especially, let's say for instance, since we're in La La Land, what happens if LeBron goes to New York and wins a championship for the New York Knicks?
And honestly, the Knicks have been a pariah.
Beats the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Final, beats the Nuggets in the finals, or the Timberwolves in the finals, to win an NBA championship with a 4th franchise being his was it 5th ring?
Yeah.
What you gonna say about that? Can't say anything about that. You have to.
No. Yeah.
Objectively speaking,
the GOAT debate would have to take. It would take a whole new form.
No, it would not. Nobody's ever done what he's done. Nobody has ever done.
It's like, all right, just take it. You're the GOAT. Fine, just take it. Like people be like, all right. Dude, that would be pretty neat.
Speaking of GOATs, we've been pontificating for a minute here, and we got a whole lot of stuff to laugh at. But before we laugh at stuff, Candace Parker freaking retired. Now, I know this is a sports broadcast, but I need for people to keep perspective.
She had a baby by Shuttle.
No, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the fact Candace Parker, she is not the greatest WNBA player to ever play. But she's in the top 4. Easy. I tell you, she was one of the greatest of her generation, of many generations. That's true. Like, well, she's good.
She's got one championship. Yeah, she got one NBA championship. Granted, she wasn't on the court by association.
Here's the thing. MVP 2 times, All-Star MVP, 2 gold medals, NBA Rookie of the Year,
and WNBA champion.
WNBA champion, NCAA champion multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way to overstate how good she was. Like, there are a couple people in the WNBA recently that people have forgotten how good they were. And the Spark is one of them, Maya Morris. These were people, these were players. Forget women. These were players that were so far ahead of their competition that it was laughable. It was comical how good they were. Like, Maya Moore was so good that had she continued playing basketball, she would have been the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she quit playing basketball to work on criminal justice reform.
Right. But, which is respectable.
Completely admirable. Yeah. But it doesn't diminish the fact that she's probably the greatest player the WNBA has ever seen.
Correct.
Point blank here. You know what I
And
mean?
yeah, it's crazy that and I forget how long she played. It wasn't long either. It's just like
For like
she
6
just,
years.
yeah, and it's just
And
like,
she was just
all
like,
right, I'm out.
I'm done. Much respect. Much respect. Much
It's
respect.
like, well, hey, can you pass on your skills? Then, like,
Somebody,
just
please.
want to see those. You can leave. That's fine.
No, I didn't want her to go. I wanted her to come back. To be
Yeah,
honest with you, I very much admired what she did.
yeah,
Um, just like I admired the fact that Candace Parker played as long as she did with all of the injuries that she had.
yeah,
Like, we don't talk about players, particularly in the WNBA, in the ways that we talk about players in the NBA and how they overcome injuries and adversity, right? We've got WNBA players playing while they're pregnant and coming back
mm,
shortly after they're pregnant and playing vital parts on their team.
yeah,
That is amazing.
yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. Candace Parker came back after having what she say? She had 4 ankle surgeries or 5 ankle surgeries. Man,
Mm.
I'd have given up after 2. I'm not lying. Ankle surgeries? 2? I'm done. It's a
Yeah,
wrap. But she
yeah,
came
that's
back and she
rough.
played at a high level. So you got to give her props.
Yeah, no, Candace Parker has always been an awesome WNBA player, or just all around basketball player in my book. And
Mhm.
then I wonder why she retired. Did they ever say why?
She said, okay, her words were that she never wanted to cheat the game of basketball. And in
Hmm,
the
that's
offseason, she
fair.
realized she could not do the work that it was necessary. Her body would not let her do the work that was necessary to prepare for the season.
That's
And because
fair.
she didn't want to cheat the game of basketball, and because she was not able to do the work that was necessary to prepare for the game, to play at the highest level, she retired. And I
Yeah,
respect the heck out of that.
yeah. I mean, that's how you want your best players to go out. You don't never want to see them a shell of themselves.
No. Also, she's getting that TNT money now, which I'm
That
happy
was
that
the
she's
next
getting that
point.
TNT money
Yeah,
because if she played in WNBA, then at most she was clearing what $100,000 a year,
maybe
right?
she's getting well
I,
more than that. And
I tell you right now, that TNT money, oh heck of a lot more than that. 'Cause she's a darn good analyst, and I love when she's on.
yeah,
I love when
and
she's on giving Shaq the business.
I definitely hope to see more of her throughout the season in WNBA, NBA, even you know what? I hope to see her commentate the Olympics.
Yes,
I
she
really hope
first
to
of all
see that.
she knows basketball. She
Yeah,
knows how to connect with the audience. Easy on the eyes, and she's engaging.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, do you,
yeah.
remember when she was dating Sheldon Williams? I'm sorry, this is so far off topic.
This is a very touchy subject.
She used to date Sheldon Williams, and we used to think to ourselves. I know I did. So I remember it was right after they came out of college, and I was like, Sheldon, if you mess this up, you never gonna get another chance at it,
Nothing.
ever. And clearly, that went so wrong. Now I ain't gonna say I'm not gonna make the joke, but clearly he screwed that up. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
It
saying.
makes you question like how, like, bro, how? But then also you look at Candace Parker, you like, you could have had anybody.
Yeah, she has who she wants.
True,
She has who she wants. So
true.
that is what a TI is. But I did want to mention that, right? It's a sports podcast, and I
Yeah.
know it's women's basketball, but we respect the women's game here at
Oh
Pure
yeah,
Time.
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, women basketball players are still basketball players. I mean, you're either good
And,
or you're not. You're
and
gonna get talked about the same way.
and the ones that you see are the best in the world. Point blank.
Yeah.
Point blank. Man, you know how few WNBA rosters there are and roster spots there. Like I would compare it
But that should
to
be
the NBA.
remedied soon.
I hope that expansion
Yeah.
is coming. I hope.
Like I think Charlotte is talking about bringing theirs back, and I'm
They
like,
need to.
hey, I hope so, and I
Houston
hope
needs
they're
a
better
team.
than the guys.
Houston needs a team, right?
Yeah.
Like these big market places need teams, and because there's so many more women with names now. Thank you, NCAA, for putting them on the TV so we can know who they are and begin to
Yeah.
root for them. That I
It's
think the
time to spread them
WNBA
out.
is ready. Yeah, dude. I know LeBron's gonna have one in Vegas when he gets his Vegas franchise.
Well, I mean, the ace is already there.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the ace is already there.
That's right. That's right. That's
And
right.
I think the aces I think they kind of started
Yeah.
the notoriety for the WNBA within recent years, and
Don't they have
them
Asia
being
Wilson?
they have Asia Wilson, yes,
That's right.
Asia Wilson, and then now they're back-to-back champions, which is the first time this has ever happened, which means now they have the opportunity this year to
It's the first
three-peat.
time.
First time.
The Houston Comets were never back-to-back champions.
I don't think so.
Dang. Sorry. I
Yeah.
had to
So
say Cheryl Cooper back in the day. Cheryl Cooper and Cynthia Cooper. Anyhow.
So then, yeah, if they're able to three-peat, it'll be the first time WNBA franchise has ever three-peated. I mean, that's even rare for men to do. So that just shows you how dominant and how locked in that team has to be in order to do something like that. That's
no. The Houston Comets did repeat. Stop it.
Okay, so this
2000.
is okay. Hey, I'm relatively new to the WNBA space. All right, I'm just getting there, so but you had all my history's not there.
You had Las Vegas as a franchise already established, and I knew who Asia Wilson was. I can see her in her jersey. It just slipped my mind that it was a Las Vegas A's.
Yeah, my wife's side of the family, they're from South Carolina, so anybody from South Carolina or even watching South Carolina it's what we do.
Yeah, and rightfully so. But yeah, let's wrap this NBA real quick, and we'll talk about the rest of this stuff.
All right.
Can we throw some hate towards the Suns real quick?
I can do that. I can do that all day. How you want it? I mean,
go ahead. Open up the can of hate. I would like to add something today.
I mean, how in the world do you have arguably 4 of the top 30 players in the NBA? And this is no knock on Ant-Man and Timberwolves, because Ant-Man he's arrived. He's here
to stay.
Yeah, he's here. It ain't no joke.
Yo, you see that interview? Hold on. You see the interview with him and Carl Anthony Towns. Okay, they got an interview with him and Carl Anthony Towns, and they're asking them both. The question was asked to Carl Anthony Towns how he was able to do what he did. And Ant-Man answered, he was like, I told him before the game, can you find a way to not foul? And Cat was like, yeah, he told me, stop fouling, and Ant-Man was like, yeah, I told him, like, you're a matchup problem. And with you in the game, it's hard for anybody to beat us. So stop effing fouling.
Right.
And Cat was like, yeah, he told me that. So, I kind of laid off and we had a good game. He was like, yeah. But he sunned that man on national television.
Yeah.
And that's what we call, ladies and gentlemen, that's what we call a bus driver. Okay? Someone
it is
who directs this thing, right? Who moves this thing in the way that it needs to go. That is a bus driver. That is Anthony Edwards' team. Point blank, period.
Yeah,
and the Suns ain't got no bus driver.
I don't know. Like I said, on paper, it looked good. Now in practicality, it's like, yeah, this was honestly a disaster. Devin Booker, I said he should have left a while ago. Like we said earlier before, Kevin Durant, he's a contract killer.
He's not a bus driver.
He's a mercenary.
He's not a bus driver.
Anthony,
Bill, not a bus driver.
Right? Yeah, Bradley Beal, not at all. Like for Kevin Durant, you have to have a decent team already put together, and you're like, man, we just need something. We need some scoring just to put us over the hump. And it's like, hey man, call KD, see if he's available.
You got 3 number 2 guys on your team. Who's your number 1? Nobody. Who's that guy? Nobody.
And then on top of that, your bench is hot garbage.
Well, you can't afford it when you're paying 3 guys $153 million.
Your bench is hot garbage.
So, I mean, that is what it is. But it wouldn't matter if one of those guys stepped up and made it their team. It's not Devin Booker's team. It's not.
It should be Devin Booker's
team.
But even when Chris, he
wasn't a bus driver when he got there.
Right.
It's the reason why DeAndre Ayton left, because he was there and he was thinking to himself, "I'm gonna be the guy." He couldn't be the guy, but he was like, "Well, somebody needs to be the guy." And then Chris Paul was the guy, and they didn't like the guy, and they got rid of the guy. And Andre Ayton was like, "Well, I got to go too."
Yeah. That whole situation, like the Phoenix, I don't know, man. They're just, like I said, they were good on paper, but in practicality, that is an absolute dumpster fire. And you had the perfect storm, because you had a brand new owner who was trying to make waves, make a name for himself, and say, you know what, I don't mind spending that money. I can be like Golden State.
Again, take the loss. That man's worth. They say that man's worth like $18 billion,
Yeah.
something like that. It's in the teens, maybe low
Yeah.
teens. But he paid what, $6 billion for that team?
That's correct.
I mean, he'll take the $300 million haircut, right? The operating
Yeah.
loss,
Yeah. Yeah.
and that's fine for him. But that doesn't mean your team's going to be competitive. And seeing as how they don't have any draft picks going into 2029, I want to say,
Ouch.
there's no way for you to get better through the draft, right?
Ouch. Trade them all. Trade them all.
For what?
The draft picks, because I got to get in there.
Wait, from who?
Who's got all the draft picks?
Somebody that doesn't want any of those three. Who's got all the draft
Devin.
picks? The Thunder has all the draft picks. If I was the Thunder, would I trade for any one of those guys?
So, and you're right.
Ain't
But you know,
no way.
But you know what? Because I think Kevin Durant's contract is up this year, and a lot of people have been speculating he has a choice to make to either go back to Golden State or go back to OKC.
Wait a minute.
That is one heck of a dilemma.
It's not a dilemma. I'll tell you why it's not a dilemma.
Because
They would welcome him back at Golden State. They don't need him at OKC. They don't.
True.
And if I was OKC, there's no way in the world I would spend my resources on Kevin Durant. That doesn't make any logical sense. There's no configuration that makes that work. And no, his contract is up after 2026. So we got this year, 23-24.
Oh, okay.
We got the year that starts this fall, 24-25.
Mm-hmm.
We got 25-26, and then he's a free agent. He ain't going nowhere. And let's be clear, his cap hit this coming year is $51 million. So you tell me where's he gonna go? This is gonna be a dumpster fire for a while.
He can go to Utah.
You think Kevin Durant's gonna go to Utah? You said that without laughing. I applaud your commitment to deadpanning that.
Hey, look, I'm just looking at places that, because I mean, Utah at one point was a team that had like majority of their draft picks.
They do. They got a lot of draft picks. Thanks to Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
But guess what's not gonna happen?
KD.
You got too much pride to go to Utah. You got too much ego to go to Utah. That's not happening. Yeah,
Phoenix is gonna be dumpster fired. KD is just. I'm tired of this.
All he had to do was stay. All he had to do.
All he had to do was stay. Nobody cared after you got there. I mean, I'll put an asterisk on all your championships that you win there, but you already did the.
That's the thing. If you win another championship and another Finals MVP. Guess what people stopped doing? Talking about the fact that you came back. So there's that. Okay. NFL news. Congratulations on the corner that you guys drafted. The Eagles drafted a corner that was so good that apparently Micah Parsons was upset about the draft pick. You know, did you see that C.J. Stroud, Micah Parsons interview? I think Barstool Sports did. You should look it up. It is amazing. It's the reason why I highly considered becoming a Texans fan. C.J. Stroud is an amazing talent.
Whoa! Did you allude to the fact that you would willingly
buy
denounce
a Texans jersey? I didn't say that. Don't put words in my mouth. I said I'm considering becoming a fan of the Texans, buying a jersey, C.J. Stroud.
Right? So you're not gonna, so you're not gonna put in your change of fan form.
They're in the AFC. I don't have to. Loopholes, baby.
You have one NFC, one AFC team. One NFC, one AFC.
Most people do. What do you mean? What do you even mean most people do?
That's fair.
And as long as they're not hated rivals, who cares? Like, if it was the Bills, I'd be like, nah, what is the Texans? They're so good. They got a black coach, a black quarterback. They got white guys that are really, really good. Like, come on.
So, I sent you that Keon Coleman interview.
That dude is a superstar. I don't care what nobody said. That man might only play 4 years in the league, but I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be some of the best 4 years for sound bites in Buffalo that they have ever had. He might not be there for a long time, but while he's there, it's going to be a good one. I'm going to tell you that right now.
He is comedy gold. I was like, and he was so genuine about it.
Yo, he's being sincere. That's why it's so funny. That's why. So he's being completely sincere about it.
Yo, I was thrown to the floor when that man said, "Yeah, I buy my jackets in the off season. You know, I buy my winter jackets in the summer." He's like, "That's how you got to shop." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Okay, and the reason why we love them is because we all know either you've lived in that situation or you know people that have been in
Exactly.
that situation that know they do exactly that. Why? Because you have to. We can
Yeah.
identify with that.
He was like, man, I gotta go get me a couple of them. I gotta go get me like a
Buy them
blue
all
one and a
this
red
summer.
one.
That's when they cheap. You got to buy, 2, 3 seasons ahead. Why
I
go?
love that guy.
Why go day after Thanksgiving? Everybody gonna be there.
Like he is the embodiment of the regular person in the NFL. He is us. He's all of us. So we're
He's like
like,
the dad from Everybody
oh,
Hates Chris, yo.
he's like, I like this guy. Everybody's, I
Yes,
like this guy.
completely likable, and I hope that he makes a lot of money off of it. I
Yeah,
hope that he has a long enough NFL career that he can make a lot of money playing the game and in endorsements.
yeah.
And I hope that he winds up in somebody's movie
He
or on somebody's set.
deserves a
He
Macy's
deserves,
deal.
he deserves, or at least to be at the Thanksgiving Day parade. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then to give, them to give him a new jacket. Like, yo, they did something. He deserves something.
$40.
That's the cheapest ad promo you're gonna get, and it's
Oh
gonna be a
yeah,
good one. The return is gonna be skyrocketing.
and he would absolutely love it.
Dude,
He would be fine. He'd be completely fine with it.
that kid's doing place. That kid's doing
Yeah,
place.
that was good.
Kid in Buffalo. Falcons don't know what they're doing. Neither do the Cowboys, mind you. What else?
Well, according to this, I sent you like right before we got on. AI predicted the next 10 Super Bowl winners. 2024, the
Hey, I
Chiefs.
got a question for you. Has AI ever actually watched football?
It's
No.
analyzing the stats.
So what you're saying is we're listening to Madden model.
Could be.
I can do that on my own.
I mean, but so the most interesting thing is the Cowboys is on this list, and it looks like you guys, according to AI, are going to win it in 2028. So soonish.
How do you trouble me with such trivial things? You think
And then right after, but then here's the worst
what?
part. My dad's from Detroit, so in 2029 they say Detroit's supposed to win it.
Okay, this is how I know that model is full of crap. What they're not accounting for is the fact that Detroit has their window is this year. They don't win it this year. Then the economics of being a winner are going to make it so that they're not going to be competitive. Unfortunately, right? Period.
Yeah, I'm interested in knowing how it figures this out. Like the Kansas City Chiefs for 2024, okay, maybe. San Francisco in 2025, maybe. But yeah, the rest of it, I'm like, well, what is it? Are you accounting for the new draft picks, people switching teams? Like, what are you accounting for? Like, there's a lot of missteps in here. I'm just like, I'm not sure they're accounting for all of this. Like the New York Jets in 2032. The Steelers in 2033.
Why are we even talking? 2032 is literally 8 years away. There's whatever.
It's a 10-year list, Steven.
Big fat whatever. Dominique, that list could have been 50 years. And guess what? It would be as accurate at 50 years as it is at 10. Okay? Somebody thought to put that on somebody else.
I thought you'd be happy that you guys are going to win in 2028.
How, Sway? How?
Look, that's not for me to figure out. That's for Jerry Jones to figure out.
If he figured it out, we'd have won it already.
They're leaking the script here, man.
A, there's no script. B, if it was, it ain't us winning in 2028. Oh,
it's got it just has Mahomes' name written in as the winner for each year.
The next 4 years? Yes. Well, not 4 years. I'd say probably 3.
Yeah, it just has Mahomes' name written in it. Like that's just where it's at.
AI list of Super Bowl.
That's great.
This is the reason why it has no credibility with me. Jared Goff's contract, the one that's set to begin in 2025, that's going to pay him $52 million a year. Do you know how much money that is? It's literally $52 million against a cap. That means that they ain't gonna have money to sign all these players that they got. The ones that are good that they're gonna have to keep, and the ones that they're gonna have to replace. The economics make it darn near impossible to win NFL championship or a Super Bowl unless you are a very good GM and get people at bargain basement prices to do really good things, or unless you have a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract that is outperforming gross, right?
Yeah.
The Cowboys don't have that. The Lions don't have that.
I mean,
I
you
know they're
guys
talking
just got
about,
that new running back.
you know what, Dominique? I thought this was a safe space. I thought this was a place where we wouldn't do petty things like that. I even alluded to it earlier when I said that we don't know what we're doing. You had to go and bring it back up and put it out front to laugh at so you can point.
Oh, look, when I
Dude,
saw that, I was like, that's interesting.
okay, so I'm actually not mad at it.
Yeah.
You got a running back that can block. You got a running back that will stick his nose in on uh, short yardage plays. You got a running back that already knows the quarterback and has the quarterback's trust and that knows the system. And you're getting it at the price that you wanted to get him for 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's gonna be an interesting year to watch all of
Not
this.
for the Cowboys.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be fine.
No,
It's gonna be fine.
it's so not.
It's gonna be okay. You're just tripping, right?
We didn't get any better, and that's a part of the problem.
Well, because maybe you just guys just have to look on the inside.
You're losing your composure while you're spouting out whatever pile of pontificate you have stored for the Cowboys tonight. Okay, like come on, let's be real. We didn't get any better, and everybody knows it. Okay.
Yeah, Mike McCarthy's on the hot seat. Dak is on the hot seat.
Dak's not on the hot seat. Neither is Mike McCarthy.
They're both on the hot seat.
No, they're not. What makes you say they're on the hot seat? We'll talk about this, then we're going to wrap it up because we had an hour and 7 minutes. What makes you think they're on the hot seat?
Because in Jerry Jones and Ease, he said they're on the hot seat.
Jerry Jones will say into a microphone and a camera whatever he needs to say to get eyes on the Cowboys. Jerry Jones already knows what he's going to do with Mike McCarthy. He already knows what he's going to do with Dak Prescott. He already knows who he's going to pay and who he's not. He already knows. And here's the funny part. They already know, too. They already know. It's no shock here.
It's true.
So let's dispel with those rumors that somehow Jerry Jones is not telling them what's about to happen so that he can motivate them to win. That's not how it works. It's not. No, not at all.
Okay. All right.
So there. Yeah. Yep. I think we did it. I think we.
Yes.
We want to thank you all for watching, for subscribing, for pushing the notification button, following us on social media, for spending your time with us as we review and laugh about all of our sports takes and thoughts and memes and all that good stuff. And we invite you to invite someone else to watch with you, to watch for you, to laugh.
Come pontificate. Yeah, whatever.
I would like to know. You know what? Not gonna do it. Yeah. Invite someone to come in and join in with us as we take this journey down sports review every single week, and we laugh about things that make us laugh. Hopefully they make you laugh too. If not, get a better sense of humor or dive more into sports, or it's okay. You don't have to laugh at everything because I like my stuff funny. Anyhow.
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys in the next one.